First of all, huge credit for Callum. When at the moment, a lot of fighters are going, oh, wait till there's a crowd next year, or wait till there's crowds to get more money. Listen, Canelo isn't getting the money that he was. Callum could be easily getting more if it was in front of like Liam, 50,000 or 80,000. But fair play to Callum Smith for going, nah, I'm taking the fight. I'll take him now. He's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. And he wants the opportunity to go and fight him now. So full credit for him. The logistics side of it, as in getting sparring partners in from America and Europe, that isn't available no more. Little things like the journey over there is hard now. It's like a right long-arsed haul all about. But we're confident. Training's going well. And yeah, of course, this is the biggest fight, second biggest fight since lockdown was over. It was Lopez, Teofimo Lopez. He's and Lomachenko, and now it's Canelo versus Callum Smith, and I think it's the second biggest fight this year. The biggest fight this year was Fury Wilder. So in a mad year, like I said, this is a huge fight. Regardless of what's scheduled coming up, Callum Smith, Canelo, you got the number one pound for pound in the world, Canelo versus the number 168 pound fighter, and absolutely, as you know, the media obligations, everything, the phone's not stopped, and yeah, obviously it's been shown on DAZN. So I think the profile and everyone talking about it is losing that a little bit. But make no mistake, this is, as I say, this is Ricky Hatton Mayweather without the crowd. Yeah. Ricky Hatton was the world champion. He's going out fighting the pound for pound number one. Same with Callum Smith, he's world champion. He's going fighting the pound for pound number one. And in both instances, Ricky and Callum, they're both live, very live fighters that everyone thought they've got a good chance, and Callum Smith has got a huge chance of beating Canelo.
So I'm going to ask a similar question that I asked to Callum to you, just in terms of more so for you, because everyone knows how much you study the game of boxing and live and breathe it. In terms of the aura that Canelo has generated in this sport, what have you made of his career so far, and what Callum and yourself go up against?
Oh, listen, I'm a huge fan of Canelo. He is, when people talk about pound for pound, he is the pound for pound number one. You look at the world titles, he's won the weight divisions, he's gone through the opponents he's fought and beat, and he's only lost to Mayweather. He's had a draw or two draws, and it's like, how can you not that? He's a thrill seeker, an adrenaline junkie. He likes the fast cars, he likes the wild horses, and he likes the challenge. Callum Smith, to him, is a huge challenge, so we'll be pumped and we'll get the best Canelo that we've seen for a long time. But what we've got to do is that's Canelo, but he's a man like everyone else. He's got two arms, two legs, and a head. And all of us have all woke up to, God, Mike Tyson got beat. Who would have thought that? We've all woke up to Roy Jones got knocked out to Tarver. Lloyd Honeyghan beat Donald Curry. These things happen in boxing. Canelo's been a pro 15 years, been 15 years of training camps. He's had hard fights with your Triple G's, Kovalevs. Sooner or later, he's got to get beat. Callum Smith is the same age of them, no miles on the clock. Fresh, hungry, ambitious, hits hard either hand, has huge advantages going at this fight in frame and size and reach. And this is a proper live 50-50 fight.
And when, after this fight's happened and you sit back and look on this career with Callum, I think one of the things that will be said is how much you've fought for your fighters to get these mega fights over the careers, like Loma and Crawler. Like, there was a time where it was very similar to this, where people just didn't think that was going to happen, but you was sounding off and fighting for Anthony to get that fight to secure the future for his family. And in the same way, the same things happen with Callum. So how much pride do you take in doing that for your fighters?
Listen, I just think it's your job and it's what you want to do. And you got to remember, there's so many people that tell you that you can't do it, you're on about and everything else. You just got to stay true and believe and dream and have that passion and that confidence. And no matter what anyone says, you just got to stay true to it. And with the Crawler situation, also when Paul Smith went fighting Abraham, Macklin, Quigg, Frampton, all them fights weren't going to happen. Do you know what I mean? And they did. And now Callum Johnson-Beard was another one. But now, like, Callum's got the big one. When Callum went in the World Boxing Super Series, people said, "Oh, you're ruining his career. You shouldn't put him in that." Sky was saying his career's got to be finished. He went in and won it, and he came out as a world champion and set up for life. So here we are again now, and it just that puts fuel to the fire. But I'd just be proud that I look at Anthony Crolla now. He's fought the best in the world. He tested himself against the best in the world. He got good paydays, and he knows where he was at world boxing. And the same for Callum Smith now, in the fact that he's been world champion, Ring Magazine champion. Both great kids, both gentlemen, no trash talkers, and proud that I could easily be proud that for them to be my sons, that they're good, honest kids, no egos, and people would most probably say, God, you won't think Crolla or Callum Smith were boxers, would you? And that's how I've always wanted people to view the fighters that I train and manage like that.